Yes.
I've got both Facebook and Twitter.
I've got a Facebook account.
Yeah, both.
Yes, I do. I have Facebook, and I did open a Twitter account, but I don't use it.
A lot.
I don't really use it. I'm normally about a minute or two just to quickly check on statuses.
Probably Twitter about an hour a week and Facebook maybe 2 hours a week.
An hour a day, maybe?
A couple of hours.
We'll go for about maybe like 4 or 5.
Mostly it's statuses, but I do occasionally upload a couple of photos.
Mostly pictures, albums.
I normally spend time looking at other people's profiles and sort of status updates and using the Facebook chat.
Pictures, I tend to use Facebook for pictures.
Lots of photos. I live overseas, so it's a way of keeping in contact with my family, and my family seeing the children 4,000 miles away.
Well, to be honest, for Facebook, it's just, you know, everyone's in one whole social hub and you can search for it.
You could snoop on other people's lives.
Well, with Facebook, I've got friends practically all over the world, like from New Zealand, America, Germany and all that. And with Twitter, you can follow like famous people, which I am.
Yes, people who constantly status update.
Yeah, the fact that other people tag photos of you, and then you suddenly see it and think, well, that's not very flattering, and it's out there.
I don't like the fact that like it's still up there when you delete your Facebook. Like it's really hard to delete. So if I chose to delete it, my pictures and stuff would still be up for months.
What do I dislike about Facebook is probably the fact that most people can just see what you're posting, if you're posting, and the fact that when people post on it, it's only the good parts of their life, so it's not, you don't really always see the bad parts. It's just like, and that can lead to people thinking, well, maybe my life, there's something going wrong in it, or something's not right, because a lot of people just post what's really amazing about it, isn't it?
Private.
I think I've got the private one, so people can only see like my profile picture until I've accepted them as a friend.
I can't remember what I had it on, but I have changed it to private.
I'm not really bothered about security on either of them.
I don't want like any old random person going through my photos, so I make sure that they can't look through anything unless I accept them as a friend.
My security settings on my account are now so that they've changed that people can't see my stuff I post or my pictures, but that's only because recently my girlfriend said you should probably change that, because I just had it open and I didn't really realise, to be honest, that everyone can just see all the stuff that I post, and I didn't really care, but now thinking about it, I don't want people just to go on my account and have a look at my pictures, because I know that if I start speaking to someone, then yeah, the first thing you do is you go on their Facebook and you look, and it's like you can just see everything about them. But I wouldn't really want people to look at me like that.
It's something I've always been a bit suspicious of, just having that much of your information accessible straight away could be worrying in certain circumstances. So I mean, that I guess.
Yeah, I know quite a few people.
Not really, no. I work in an office where there's kind of like everyone's logging in and out of Facebook all the time, so like people go on each other's Facebook accounts and like post things, but I mean nothing serious.
I have had my account hacked a couple of times, but I haven't seen any changes on it.
There's one where your friends get hold of your mobile phone and they put rude status updates in your name.
Do anyone that's been hacked? Kind of, yeah. Well, one of my friends basically, it's a joke, but at the same time it's like, well, that might be taking it a bit too far. He has an app on his phone which you can get passwords on, which is like, I think that takes it a bit too far. And he's gone on people's accounts before and he knows their passwords and stuff like that, and it's like, well, I understand like he might be joking and we're friends with him and stuff like that, but I think when people start taking over like other people's accounts and posting stuff and people don't realise that it can be negative, it can obviously be like funny, but sometimes people take it too far.
My mate got her Facebook somehow, like someone logged into it that really, she didn't know how that happened, but they ended up posting loads of things on people's walls and messaging them not very nice things, and then she had to like go back on it and apologise to everyone and say it wasn't her and reset her password. It was just a bit scary of how someone could do that, and she didn't know who it was and how they found out her password. And they could have done anything. They could have looked at old messages, they could have messaged someone. They weren't that bad messages, but it could have been. Like, yeah.
I had someone private mail me on Facebook. Not that I wasn't friends with them, but they were still able to private mail me, giving me loads of abuse. I can't actually remember what was said because it was quite a while ago now, but it was really horrible stuff, and I kept ignoring them or just saying just stop talking to me and stuff, but they kept going on and ended up escalating till like a couple of days in, and they were still constantly speaking to me, and it ended up that they were just saying loads of stuff to me that was true, like they knew everything about me, and it was really weird and I was really scared. It's happened to people before, so I just thought, oh wow, they'll just stop and get bored if I keep ignoring them. But it didn't, and they carried on, and it carried on for months, and it started getting really in-depth and horrible. The fact that I didn't even want to go out my house or come to college, because they said that they were one of my best friends, but they didn't want to tell me who they were. So I was even worse, because I felt like I couldn't trust anyone and had no one to rely on or anything. And I still, to this day, haven't found out who it was. But they were also pretending to be some of my friends, like making Facebook accounts of my friends and pretending to be them, and then also getting some of my friends involved as well, like, and knew stuff about them, and it was just really weird, and I still don't know to this day who it was. With having that done to me, it has made me much more careful about